Welcome to your Daily Dose. My name is Robert. I'm here with Holly from Acadia. Holly, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Robert.
I'm very excited for the World Parkinson Congress, your first World Parkinson's Congress coming up this weekend.
Yes, I'm very excited about it as well. I have family in Arizona, so I know what to expect that standpoint, but I've been looking forward to the Congress for quite some time.
Yeah, the heat's going to be there. That's the thing. When are you getting in, by the way?
I'm flying in tonight.
Oh, you are? Okay. Are you by chance going to the baseball game, the Diamondbacks game?
No, I'm
Oh,
not.
shoot. Okay, we'll miss you there. The thing we are doing together that I'm very excited about is on Tuesday, we'll be featuring, thankfully, because of your kind sponsorship at Acadia, Matthew Moore's play, What I Didn't Say. Can you tell me what the relationship between you and What I Didn't Say, or Acadia and What I Didn't Say is, and how that ties into the great work you do with hallucinations and delusions in Parkinson's?
Yeah, of course. So, Acadia Pharmaceuticals, we are sponsoring What I Didn't Say, as we believe it's really important to break down stigma. And oftentimes, there can be symptoms of Parkinson's that people, for whatever reason, they keep it hidden, and oftentimes they don't even tell their spouse about these symptoms. One of which is the non-motor symptoms of hallucinations and delusions that are found in Parkinson's. And we know that from the research, it happens approximately 50% of the time in people with Parkinson's over the course of their disease. But over 90% of the people that have it don't bring it up proactively with their clinician. So, we've done research to figure out, how do we get underneath this? And a lot of it is due to the stigma or sometimes not being aware that it's even connected to Parkinson's. Oftentimes people will wonder, wow, I have Parkinson's, now I have something else on top of that, and I maybe don't want to be a burden to my family. So those things end up getting like pushed down. So as we learned about What I Didn't Say and your play, and I watched it really just speaks to, the challenges of going through all the symptoms of Parkinson's and how these non-motor symptoms, particularly the ones that are difficult to talk about, become a sticking point in relationships, and it makes it hard for people to be able to move forward also with their physicians. It's hard to be able to even just talk about it with your own doctor. So hopefully with the work that we're doing and with More to Parkinson's, by the way, we have a great spokesperson for our More to Parkinson's campaign. Have you seen that we have Ryan Reynolds?
Yes, I will put out my fandom towards Mr. Ryan Reynolds as an actor and just a great person all around. I saw the initial More to Parkinson's campaign, but you're telling me there's new information out there now, right?
Yes, we just launched More to Parkinson's 2.0 with Ryan
Ah,
Reynolds. And the reason he's involved is it means a lot to him personally, as his dad, Jim Reynolds, he had Parkinson's and he also experienced hallucinations and delusions. And it had a significant impact on Ryan personally and on his brothers and on his mom, Tammy. And in the first version of our campaign, Tammy had a spotlighted role where she talked about the impact not only on her husband, but on her as a caregiver. And in this next phase, Ryan is involving more voices. He is working with people who have Parkinson's, both those who are young onset who haven't experienced hallucinations and delusions, and those who have, and then also caregiver voices and folks from the advocacy community. So the thinking is the more we can get people talking about it, and Ryan has been very generous in sharing his platform to help us in reaching a broader community. But I feel like it's working because we've done some market research, and before our campaign, our More to Parkinson's launched with Ryan, we had about 10% awareness that hallucinations and delusions can be part of Parkinson's. And just recently we reran it, and now we have 30%
whoa.
awareness in the Parkinson's community. So because of our campaign, we've tripled the awareness, but still we know we have a long ways to go and many more people to reach. And for people not just to talk about it, but to know there's help available. If they talk to their physicians and their providers, they can find out that there's actually treatment that may make a difference for them.
Absolutely. And you're very much aligned with the research that's showing now that the acceptance of Parkinson's as more than a motor disorder generally is finally coming into play. And that's where my work significantly with my nonprofit comes into play is about the psychosocially emotional, about getting people, because broadly, people tend to think of Parkinson's as, it's just tremors or this is a really damaging story here. It's not that bad. You look fine. Those
Yeah.
stories that are the outside world not understanding what's going on for the person living with it, or and the extended family who experience all of that pain. This is exactly why we do need more conversation. We need more great storytelling, like what Ryan's doing, like what Matthew's doing, like what we're doing with Boys of Summer, to show people the inside of Parkinson's, the unseen parts of it. And again, it's the brilliance of the name of your campaign, More to Parkinson's. It's an invitation to see it not just as a tremor, right? To see it not just as what you thought of it as an old white man's disease. It's like it's much broader than that. And so kudos to you and kudos to Ryan. And if you need more caregiver voices, by all means, I'm happy to contribute, as I know Matthew would be too, from the patient perspective. And just to let you know that again, what you guys are doing, I'm glad you're seeing it on the numbers side. When I talk to people, I'm hearing them ask more about Nuplazid. I'm hearing them ask more about, what does this mean? And they raise a hand kind of quietly sometimes. Jimmy Choi, another wonderful person you have involved, same thing. When he speaks, people go, "Oh, and by the way, he's saying, I have these too as a young onset person, as a person of color. These are things that, can change minds, hearts, and recognize we don't need to be ashamed. We don't need to be scared. What we need to do is talk and look for the help. And again, recognize it's no one's fault. It's just part of this stupid disease. And again, thankfully, we're doing the best we can to help people live better with it.
Yeah, I think you're doing a lot to encourage people to have the conversation and break down the stigma with the play and with your feature film. I think that that's going to go a long ways for the Parkinson's community and getting people to talk about difficult subjects. So kudos to you for your work.
Thank you very much. And Holly, thanks so much for spending time on the dose. I'll see you in Phoenix in, boy, a couple of days.
Yes, I look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you so much.